What up, YouTube? Ishmael here, aka the Ish9, bringing you a quick update on my use of the Galaxy Bud Pros. I found out something rather unique in my use with these. For whatever reason, Samsung has locked these to only being customizable with Samsung devices, which is okay for me. But if you do not have a Samsung device and you don't like the stock sound of these, like I didn't in my initial review there that you could see playing in the background, go check that out if you haven't. Then yeah, you might want to go for it, another pair of buds. Not sure why they decided to do that. I don't know if they're working on their ecosystem and thought that was a good idea or whatever, but you know, not something I'm very fond of. However, let's go ahead and get into the buds. If you remember from my initial review and impressions, I did not really like the stock sound of these very much. It didn't suit my taste, but I can see why they made it kind of bright sounding. Just if you're looking at the standard playlists or algorithms when you first go into a lot of music applications, a lot of it has a lot of treble based music or pop genre type of sound preferences. Not really for me, especially if when I listen to my jazz collection, and the worst track that it did with was my hip hop track, Freddie Gibbs Forever and a Day. But let's get into some music. I did update these to fit my sound preferences, and that's something I'll give them credit for because it worked out pretty well. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I did get my hands on a Spigen armor shield case, so I'm matching over here with my Galaxy Tab S7 Plus and my Z Fold 2 here. So the first thing I did was I turned on that Dolby Audio. I did not leave that Dolby Audio off of there. Had to turn that back on, and going back into my music library here, again, these are my test tracks. Everything sounded good, man. After I EQ'd them, everything just sounded where it should be. Very pleasant to listen to. My track list here is roughly about 43 minutes, it says, and I think that's a sweet spot. I run it back about 3 different times to try to get different impressions with it, and you know, it did the job after a while. But let's go ahead and go through some sound settings. So the Dolby Audio was turned back onto the device, and the EQ settings that I used was from Good Lock. Good Lock is Samsung's custom, pretty much their custom settings that you can get on their devices. It allows for a great deal of customizability on Samsung devices. If you use a Samsung device, I definitely recommend you use this. The Galaxy Bud Pros was very responsive to the sound assistant for Good Lock. I call it Sammy Lock. And my equalizer is set to custom. Oh no, it deleted it. I deleted it when I turned on the concert hall. But it looked something similar to this. Maybe it's because it's no longer connected to this device. Let me reconnect. That could be it. Okay, reconnected. So I'll go back into it then. Here we are. Looks like it turns off your equalizer when you're not connected specifically to that device, to your Samsung device. I tried it with my Apple device to see if I can get it to work with that. Obviously, like I said before, it didn't do it. Don't like that. Really don't like that. But here's my customized EQ settings here. As you can see, I bumped it up between the 5 and the 1K a little bit to try to maintain balance with the vocals, and tried to keep that treble risen a little bit so I can try to get as much detail as I can going into 16K, and did a little bit of a bass boost there to try to equal out the bass boost because it did so bad with my hip-hop track Freddie Gibbs Forever and a Day, which it no longer has that that buzzing or that popping sound that I was initially getting with it. So, you know, all in all, after I reset everything and put it back to my taste, my likings. It seems to now be responsive as I need it to be. And yeah, man, these things are pretty good. I got some customizable tips coming. I noticed that in the box they did not give me any extra tips. Also very annoying. They should have came with more tips because not everybody has the same ear size. If you have small ears, these are definitely for you. However, I have big ears and I need large memory foam tips to try to get a good seal and to try to get a good fit. All in all, I do like them, especially when they're free. So if you have some Samsung devices, this is definitely a pair of headphones that either you have considered or you've seen around, and this is, my impression of them. I obviously have my subjective opinion, but after the software update and the configurations where it made it comfortable listening experience for me, it just became all about the music at that point, which is really what all of this stuff is about. The gear is just a vehicle to get you to the most optimal sound experience that you can do with whatever it is that you got. And that's the point. And I was able to achieve that with these, with all of the features that Samsung has given you in the application and all of the features that they give you with Good Lock. And I do implore people to give that a try. If you have these headphones, if you have a Samsung device, regardless of whatever headphones you got, regardless of however much they cost, whatever the case may be, try to get the most out of whatever it is you have, so that way you can have the most enjoyable listening experience out of those devices. All right, guys, thank you very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I got so much more coming. I got so many cool things that I'm going to be reviewing here coming up soon, and I hope you guys stay rocking with me because we're gonna have some fun. All right, guys, thanks.